Let's just say this guy is out of control. I mean, really. I mean, seriously. Out of control. Hello, welcome. Aloha. Um, and all that stuff. Let's see what's going on. If I may. If I may, if I might. I'm gonna rename what's going on. Hey now. Whoa, 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 if whoa. I may. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoops. I bet you heard that. I bet you heard that. Well, you being nobody, because it doesn't appear that anybody's here right now. But just hypothetically. All right, where I want to go is right here. Bam. All right. So we did a video today. We did another video today. So this is video number 3. So here I am. You gotta live now. All right, we're definitely renaming this. We're we're renaming it right now. Alrighty. That's it. That's it. We did it. We did it. Whatever that thing that Dora the Explorer says. Something about we did it, right? Let me look at the mic. I want to see how loud my crunching is. That's what I want to know. Let's see how loud the crunching is. It seems to be pretty significant. What's the metaphor here? There's always a metaphor. It's always meaning. It's Monday night, y'all. So much is going on. Just looking at my Patreon. Hmm. It's a lot of interesting stuff going on, guys. I'm telling you what, I was trying to do a little news update earlier. Had a couple of y'all come and hang out for a minute. It's toward the end of my workday anyway. Hmm. Yep. I just don't know. Uniting the United Nations with 7 Noahide laws. UN.org. That's kind of interesting. I'm reading just the little thing here. You guys can't see my screen anyway. Let me. At least this makes me look a little bit more in your direction. Um, NoahHideNations.com. Before you make this, I'm gonna just do funny accents for for ironic effect. Before you make this proclamation, remember that it is a mitzvah for a Noahide to study the Noahide laws and apply them in every aspect of their life. After you make that proclamation, you will realize and appreciate why it is a mitzvah for a Noahide to study the Noahide laws and apply them. The study, wait a second, did I lose my place? No. The study of Torah is what gives us our awe of the Creator. NoahHideNations.com. All right, let's substantiate the claim that there are tens of thousands of guillotines in Georgia. Let's see if we can find any significant evidence that that's a fact. What's weird? I thought I heard a voice, but I see a viewer, which is weird. But hi, I might have heard you speaking, which is really weird, really strange. Guillotine, um, but yeah, welcome. Say hello. You know, it's, it's what we do here. We say hello to each other. I mean, unless you aren't human, whatever. Guillotine purchases by federal. Not that you can just look up federal government purchases, or can you? I don't know. The claim is there. I just want to substantiate it. Did the U.S. government? Snopes. Yeah, we're gonna trutherfiction.com. No. 30,000 is the alleged Patriots for America. Nah. Kiora. Nah. Before it's news.com. Hmm. Oh, this was back in 2013. Okay. Whistleblower Jeff. Hmm. That was 2019, back in May. Hmm. Pensacola, Florida retired FBI agent says that gathering of anti-government patriots, the federal government has set up at 1,000 internment camps across the country and is storing 30,000 guillotines and 500,000 caskets in Atlanta. Okay, so this allegedly originated with, which is interesting because that's the city I used to live in. Just think of how many cities there are in America. In fact, how many cities have over 10,000 people? Let's look that up. How many cities in United States over 10,000? I have a feeling it's less than 30,000 just by just the fact that the math doesn't work. Or there's 314 incorporated places in the U.S. with over 100,000. That's a good. Um, there are 19,429 municipal governments in the United States. So really, there's 20,000 places. So 30,000 covers every city in America. Every city. Okay, supposedly between 20 and 35,000 cities and towns. Um, that's interesting, though. Okay, so somewhere in that neighborhood, 20,000 being reasonably sized cities. And then if you crank it up and include cities like the one I live in, that's probably where you get that 35,000 number because, I mean, we have a town hall here, but there's less than 500 people in the town that I live in. Hello, viewer that doesn't like to say hello. It's rude. You need to stop calling your viewers rude. That's rude. I mean, who do you think you are? You have like no subscribers, and then you're gonna call your people names. Um, I'm reading the comments about this. Um, there's some there's some pretty pretty serious. Um, yeah. Oh, somebody spelled liar Lier. Not surprised whatsoever. Um, out in full view. La 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 la. Arizona supposedly also has a bunch of guillotines. Maybe, maybe not. Hmm. So the way that you do this is you look up the manufacturer, which is supposedly a man named Tom Sachs, Sachs, German, supposedly, it looks like. I'm going to add the word guillotines and then look up revenue because if anybody's making more than $10,000 a year selling guillotines, then, for like movies or films or museums or something, um, maybe this isn't true. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. A Chanel branded guillotine. If anyone had to have their head chopped off, this is an article I'm reading. Like it was 1799, the Chanel guillotine would be the way to go. Decapitating in designer style, modern society would probably make it legal, thanks to the branding scrawled all over it. The allure of the Chanel name would put anyone in a trance, which seems more dangerous than this beheading machine. Created by Tom Sachs, an artist born in New York City, the Chanel guillotine, also strangely dubbed the breakfast nook, may invoke thoughts of the famed and wealthy being executed so ridiculously, but it does represent a more serious subject. The Chanel guillotine could easily refer to the death sentence people's uncontrollable consumption is giving the world. Okay, not sure what that's all about. Hmm, let's go to this guy's website and look him up. Looks like he's just a really terrible artist, according to his website. Alright, so that led nowhere. Tom Sachs has nothing to do with it. That's nonsense. I mean, I wouldn't say nothing to do with it, but well, high and by intoxicating. I missed your comments. I apologize. Um, for the record, we're trying to gather. Oh, well, there's like three people here now. What's up? Gather substantial. Um, yeah, substantial is a good word. Gather substantial evidence of guillotine claim. Period. And it's the internet, so it's going to be impossible to actually do that, more than likely. But we'll try. We'll try. There's backdoor ways, and they've probably thought of all of those, but you know. So this is an article from. We'll get to this. We'll get to this. It's a UN article. It's a UN article. It's one page. It's from 2013. I'll read it with a funny accent. We'll get to it in a little bit. All right. So okay. So there's a guillotine claim, reserve name bear, and welcome, that 30,000 guillotines are being housed in Atlanta or Georgia for the purpose of carrying out the death sentence for those who violate the Noahide laws, which are being uh, declared internationally by the 70 Nation Alliance, um, of which they are performing a tribal animal sacrifice this coming Wednesday. I was talking about it earlier. Um, but yeah, you can look it up on, you want to read about this 70 Nations thing that's happening on Wednesday. It is on breakingisraelnews.com. And you can read all about the really awesome nations invited for animal sacrifice on the Mount of Olives, renewing Noah's covenant that doesn't exist in the Bible. It just exists in the imagination of men who sit in rooms and create ways to circumvent the law rather than obey it, aka rabbis for the last thousands and thousands of years. Jesus accused them of it, and if they were being accused of it 2,000 years ago, how much further do you think they've taken it? Why are you going after the rabbis, dude? Why did Jesus? I mean, it's kind of simple, actually. All right, so what we're trying to do is we're trying to do a little. So if you guys find a link, if you find an article, something that's rationally written, not by an NPC, let me know. They know what they're doing. These brewers, tell you what, seriously, they know what they're doing. That is anyway. Let's go. All right, guillotine manufacturers. China guillotine suppliers. I mean, it would be made in China. I mean, where else? I mean, do you think that there's like a guillotine manufacturer in like Israel or something? That I mean, China. They apparently make them in India too. Yeah, let me look at this. So if I can find some of the manufacturers, interesting. Here's some numbers. See, this is the kind of stuff. Here, I'll share it with you because this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Here we go. All right. So so check this out. We've got actual shipments of guillotines. Now we don't know what kind of guillotines these are. We don't know what these are, but look at the number. This is from Panjiva.com, manufacturers of guillotines. We've got a China. Um, Now, look, I mean, is this an actual full-fledged guillotine? Probably not. See, it says temporary, I mean, template rotary blade. It could be an unrelated object, just bad translation. It could be. It's fine. But look at this number. 603 doesn't exactly match up with 30,000. So supposedly 44 guillotines, 132 shipments total. This is kind of what, but well, matching guillotine. Okay, so 44, 33, 25, 25, um, 22, 20, 15, 16. So all in all, we got 603. That's from this website. Go over here. So that's one example of how you could substantiate, get evidence of guillotines getting sold on the market. Guillotine blades. Now, I imagine that there's other things like paper cutting guillotines, right? That's what those are apparently getting called. So this could literally just be some of these are just going to be talking about paper cutters. Um, so the question is paper cutter, bagel slicer, paper cutting. Um, so human guillotine manufacturer. Alibaba, madeinchina.com is a website that's kind of hysterical to me. Um, guillotine manufacturers in the USA. Forbes.com. Got the bug. Yay. Um, yeah, that's right. What's up? What's up? Check this out. Forbes.com. US no longer makes death chamber drugs, and European Union won't dot dot dot. No longer makes death chamber drugs, and EU won't supply them. Time to revive the guillotine. Forbes.com article. Say pundits Eamon Fingleton. Contributor opinions expressed by Forbes contributors are their own. Botched lethal injections leads to the return of the guillotine. Okay, that's two. See my fingers? That's two. That's two. Let's callthecops.net, an article from 2014. Botched lethal injections leads to the return of the guillotine, posted by staff May 5th, 2014. The so-called botched execution in Oklahoma last week has once again raised the question surrounding the death penalty here in the U.S. Oh, guillotine execution suppliers, Alibaba.com, guillotine execution. I just wasn't using the right search words. So I look it up, and what I see is office chairs. Now that could be a fascinating conspiracy theory. Um, yeah, I mean, we've got a cigar cutter and a bunch of mesh office chairs. Okay, that's just strange. I'm not. Hmm. All right, let's see what Snopes says. I mean, I don't trust anything that these guys say, but I didn't even trust them back when they pretty much got started. This published 2013. Older is better, but whatever. Blah blah blah. Here's what's really funny. Here's the red flag right here. On this article, they obviously say it's a false claim. Snopes. They obviously say it's a false claim. Is anybody here? I see two. I see the number two. I don't know what that means. Here's the red flag. Snopes says apparently originating with a blog that traffics in anti-Muslim articles and familiar conspiracy rumors, such as the alleged existence of FEMA concentration camps. Okay, they're just claiming that they're claiming that Congress passed um, a budget for paper guillotines. That's yeah. I didn't want to go there, guys. I didn't want to. I just need to find a manufacturer of an actual human guillotine, and it's not easy. But that was a red flag. That was definitely a red flag. So gotta keep looking. Gotta keep looking. But it's not looking good. Just because I don't believe what Snopes is talking about, and they definitely raised a red flag. I mean, how would one go about? How would one go about purchasing a guillotine anyway? Hmm? Any idea? Hmm. These are the supposed ways. Okay. Hmm. I don't know. That's a mess, guys. So earlier, my video I named Despair. Do not despair. Don't despair. Prepare. Prepare. Don't despair. So the real point, really and truly, with this is what do we do? It would appear that there's no guillotines. Not even one. Prove me wrong. Because it would appear that you can't. Those other articles, on the other hand, those are pretty suspicious, actually. The one from Forbes and the other one, I don't know. That that is undeniable. Pretty strange. So let's see here. Where to buy execution? I guess you can't. Maybe it's an illegal. Is it illegal? Is it? I mean, is it illegal to like buy a noose? Is it illegal to buy the little willy willy doodad thing that does the four quarters? I mean, I don't know. The last public execution by guillotine was in 1939. Hmm. Hmm. Somebody's selling one, or was selling one. One guillotine in perfect working order. Um, perfect working order. Blah blah blah. 2014. Sold in auction in the town of Nantes or Nantes. I don't know. Guillotine was for sale. Auctioneers expect the instrument of death to fetch between 50 and 60,000 euros, between 68 and 82,000 USD. This was 5 years ago. And what happened? I mean, this was 5 years ago. What happened? I see. I mean, I see it. It's just an old school. Nothing new about it. It's for sure. It's weird. Blah blah blah. Okay. Well, that's. I would like this. No, sorry, the auction was in 2014. Is the item still for sale? Someone would have to have an altogether not healthy mindset to want to own such a thing. Excellent article, though. You don't say. Yeah? Hmm. I just remembered something. That's not how the government works. They don't they don't buy 30,000 guillotines. That's not how it works. They buy 30,000 blades and 30,000 planks of wood, 30,000 columns of wood, like 4 by 4s, or the steel, or whatever. They'll get 17 different manufacturers to build the different parts individually. That's how they do it. You're not going to buy 30,000 guillotines. It's just not. It's not how it works. So anyway, basically the answer is no. Because that's not how they're going to do it. But even still, the Forbes article was very strange. All right, here we go. I'm going to read this article. I don't want to bore anybody to uh, to their guillotined demise. Alrighty. This is an article from UN.org. I don't know when the world is UN.org. UN.org. Is this legit? Yeah, it's their website. Okay. All right, let's read this weird article. I can do this. Let's do this. Boom. The United Nations with 7 Noahide laws. Diplomats, delegates, and emissaries gather at UN headquarters for one people, One World Conference. I'm sorry, Conference. Gotta get that there right. United Nations, New York, June 10, 2013. Some people say 13. I like to say 13 just to be very clear about what year it may be. On the heels of the Lubavitcher Rebbe's 19th Yahrzeit, members of the UN Diplomatic Corps, isn't that like body? Sorry, UN press officers and other officials gathered at the UN headquarters in New York to learn how the seven Noahide laws must play a key role in international efforts for world peace. On this day, people from all over the world gathered on behalf of the laws of Noah. You know Noah, the one when he landed, he got really drunk, and then his children tried to, which were all married by the way, committed adultery with their own mother, and that was really not good. The laws that came from Noah specifically is what we're referring to, you know, because he encountered a lot of stuff upon landing after the situation. Let's continue. The laws of Noah said Rabbi Yaakov D. Period Cohen. I wonder if he has chickens. Head of the Institute of Noahide Code, which sponsored the conference, their observance is required. Their observance is required so that the vision of the United Nations to have a settled and civilized world filled with economic justice and righteousness will prevail. That sounds really nice. Titled One People, One World. Wait a minute. One People, One World. That reminds me of this really nice feller that was shot for just singing a song. And he was just a smoking and a singing, and they shot him. And he kept on trying to sing, and then he died. He didn't mean nobody no harm. I remember that feller. Hypothetically, I remember him. Well, let's continue. One people just sounds so familiar. One world. That sounds really familiar. How many worlds do we live on? I'm just confused. They always talking about making it one world, but I was already thought that we did live on one world. I'm just confused. The conference brought together journalists, diplomats, and delegates from countries across the globe, including Egypt. Is that Egypt or it's Egypt and Israel? That's how they say it. I learned that. I learned it that way. Guest of honor from the UN Diplomatic Corps also signed a declaration of the seven laws of Noah. Everybody loves Noah. The two little cute little animals that yeah, which emphasized the importance of the seven Noahide laws. Now, is they talking about cowhide or some other kind of hide? Is they talking about wearing somebody's hide out? Or is they talking about the skins of some kind of animal? Because, I mean, they keep on talking about, are they talking about his hide? I mean, I don't understand why they keep on saying Noahide. I mean, that sounds kind of creepy if you ask me. Just Noahide. Unless talking about a different kind of hide, like he hide. Hid? He was hiding somewhere. No, that was Adam. Noah didn't hide anywhere. He was trying to find things. I don't understand it. But here we go. We're going to keep on reading this article here. It's really important from 6 years ago. The seven Noahide laws in maintaining peace. Everybody loves peace. Justice. That's a good thing. Ain't nothing wrong with no justice. Some people need to face justice, is what I say most of the time. And harmony among people and nations. Okay. There's a lot of nations. It's true. All right. In his remarks at the event, Rabbi Cohen, I really want to know what kind of chickens this guy has for real, though, discussed how monotheism, now I know about that, talking about one God, except, you know, everybody believes in a different God. Well, not everybody, but I mean, lots of people, they say that they believe in a God, but they're talking about somebody else. You know it. Why, we all know it. Unt Unitiding, uni, uni, you, oh, uniting, uh, uniting the, wait a minute, uniting the world. How are they going to do that? Uniting the world under one, but I mean, there is one. What is G dash D? From G to D. Uh-oh. Now, I'm not trying to cuss here, no kind of way. I don't. I think that's disrespectful. Disrespectful. I mean, how's the UN gonna be throwing a GD in their article? That's really disrespectful. I mean, I seen some stuff in my days, but I had never seen no article from a United States agency to be putting a G and a D. I mean, that guys, that's terrible. I don't know who they. I don't know who they think they are, but that ain't right. Mm-mm. That ain't right at all. Not right at all. Mm-mm. But what does that even mean? One true. I mean, I don't even understand grammatically what they could be communicating at that point. They're trying to say something, but it ain't right one way or another. Or maybe it's like that thing you do with the ups and the down, or the ups and the crosses. Is it like a Scrabble game? Is it fill in the missing letter? The missing letter. But you, I don't know. I don't know why. If do we have any other numbers? No, there's no word. If there was a word list or questions, then I would maybe think that that was Scrabble, but I just don't even know. That's really strange. Is essential. Oh, wait a second. I don't even know what they're talking about anymore. The rap discussed how monotheism uniting the world, one true God. Why? I mean, why the profanity though? I mean, I understand that they put it in an acronym, but I'm not okay with that. It's just wrong. Very confusing too. Is essential for breaking down barriers between cultures. I don't understand breaking down barriers. I'm gonna have to think about that for a second. Breaking down barriers. Breaking down barriers between cultures. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. Breaking down the barriers between the cultures. What does this even mean? There's cultures across the world. People are different all over the place, and there's no barriers. It's just they live there, they live there, they want people that live in Greenland to look like people that live in Kenya, or vice versa. Is that what's going on here? They want the whole world to look the same. I mean, they didn't say that exactly, but it's kind of what it's looking like. They want everybody to look the same. Breaking down the barriers. What barriers are they talking about? breaking down the barriers between cultures. Hmm. What about all them people in India that don't believe in one God? What about those people? I mean, not that they're right. I mean, but I ain't gonna go beat them up for. 'Em. I'm just gonna tell them they're wrong. But you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. What about all them people in India, in China, in Japan, uh, in Africa? There's lots of people that don't believe in one God. I mean, but they's trying to, whoever this is, trying to change all that. But they say one true, maybe that is not supposed to because it's a lowercase. Maybe they just forgot how to spell his name. That's I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. They're trying to say one true God. They just forgot how to spell his name. That is really sad. It's three letters. It's like when somebody tries to spell the word cat. Excuse me. Excuse me. All right. I'm getting lost. Filled with faces, looking around the room, filled with faces, reflecting the dying. Why they always got to talk about dying and division? Division. I mean diversity. Diversity. The University of Division. I'm sorry. I'm trying to read this word. The dying, di, diversity, dying versity, deathversity, death. The end of human. I'm sorry, I can't read this word. Diversity. I really don't understand what that means. Of the United States nations itself. Freudian slip with the saying United States instead of United Nations. Rabbi, Rabbi. Wait, he has rabbits and chickens. That's what this guy's all about. Rabbits and chickens. But why'd they miss the T on his name? And what is a cohen? Wait, does that mean you put two of them together? Is that what that's talking about? You put two of the hens together? I mean, that's cool. I mean, they keep each other company. I mean, you don't want just one hen. You have two, you're gonna have enough eggs for one person each day. Well, I mean, not each day, but you know what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you want two of them hens. So I can understand why'd you want to do the co-hen, but I don't understand what rabbits. I ain't never heard nobody trying to keep the rabbits with the hens, but that's okay. I mean, you do what you want to do if it works for you, I guess. Maybe they get along really well. I mean, rabbits aren't usually really violent or anything. They just eat vegetables. So anyway, let's continue with this article. Rabbi, I'm gonna just say Rabbit Two Hands. We're gonna name him Rabbit Two Hands. Insisted that we must work together like them hens. We must work together in bringing the international community to a higher level of spirit. What in the spiritual what? Spiritual understanding of man's place in the universe. Do they not know where they're at? I mean, we're here on Earth. I mean, where are you at? Man's place in the universe. How are they going to talk about God, the one who made the heavens and the universe and all things? How are they going to talk about Him and then start talking about our place in the universe? It, I mean, did anybody realize that those are very antithetical concepts from completely different philosophical backgrounds? It sounds like this was written by somebody with an agenda. If you ask me, I ain't even hardly made my way three-quarters of the way through this thing. Still, I can already tell there's an agenda behind this. Other speakers at the event included Cartel Gore, which may or may not be related to Al Gore, bu- president of the Booker T. Washington Business League, and Richard Dawson, which I think is that guy that hates God, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna just say, yeah, that's probably the guy that hates God. director of Dawson Associates International. I don't know what that is. I know what you're saying right now. You're thinking of Richard Dawkins. Yeah, I know, but I'm actually thinking of Richard Dawson too. I think both of them probably hate God, but that may be far stretching. I don't know. Who insisted that all Jews are obligated to teach the seven Noahide laws. Okay, so these gentlemen insisted that all Jews are obligated to teach the seven Noahide laws. That's really interesting. In addition to prohibiting idolatry, I don't want to try that. I don't want to try that at all. Idolatry? Mm-mm. I don't want to try. Mm-mm. The Noahide Code also forbids blasphemy, forbidding sexual relationships, murder, theft, and cruelty to animals. It also commands its followers to implement orderly processes of justice, up into including beheading anybody that violates these rules. That's hearsay. That's hearsay that I've heard say. But let's continue. The Institute of Noahide. This is written 6 years ago, guys. It's been a long time in the making. I tell you what. Excuse me. The Institute of Noahide Code is a UN accredited NGO. That stands for non-governmental organization, just in case you didn't know, dedicated to spreading awareness of the seven Noahide laws. The Institute of Noahide Code is a UN accredited. This wasn't written by conspiracy theorist people. This was written by UN. I don't know if you can't see the top, but this is a UN article from UN.org, ECOSOC/site/UN.org, blah, blah, blah. List oral statement, Institute of Noahide Code.pdf 2016 doc. Anyway, then blah, 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 to spread an awareness in which all peoples of the world are obligated to follow. Do we need to look this word up? Y'all understand what the word obligated means? Do anybody understand that word? What that means? Obligated. All the peoples of the world. That means the Buddhists, the monks in Tibet. That means the people up in Kamchatka, the Southern Africans, the Eastern Africans, the Western Africans, the Peruvians, the Inuit people. They're all obligated to follow these seven laws. It takes its guidance, these seven Noahide laws, from the inspiring vision of the Lubavitcher Rebbe, not to be confused with the rabbit guy that we talked about earlier, who understood the inherent power of these laws. Is Lucifer in that name? Why does Lubavitcher look a lot like Lucifer? Is that just me? Is that just me? I look at Lu and it ends with That's kind of weird. It kind of looks a little like Lucifer. And Rebbe looks like a false version of Rabbi, which kind of goes in the whole theme of being a false Messiah. So Lubavitch or Rebbe might just be the Antichrist or one of them, because there are more than one. There's an entire tribe, group of people that are antichrists, all of them, because they are against Christ. You just got to read your Bible. It's in there. It's in the Bible. We were reading about it this morning. Takes its guidance from the inspiring vision of Lucifer. This Lucifer guy, I don't know, who understood the inherent power of these laws to unite the nations of the world. Does anybody know anybody that unites all the nations of the world? Did y'all read that part? Let's see if you all read that part of the Bible. Oh, let's see if you can find that part of the Bible. Let's see. Talk about the nations of the world joining on together, and let's eat some chips. I'm looking at all past all these messages. Oh, that means according to the fact that the Bible is never wrong, there are people that say they are Jews and are not. Why would anybody ever do such a thing? I have a couple ideas. Yeah, I thought it started somewhere in chapter 7 or 8. Let's see. I know, talking about all them tribes. I know. Y'all don't understand. It's gonna go down. Alright, I'm done. I'm done. It's hard to get out of that accent. The sand. There's the reference of the sand. Well, so y'all understand. This stuff isn't just random metaphors, right? Anyway, it's interesting, guys. What's interesting here is just to remember one day we're going to be equalized. What I mean by that is that even the ruling class will eventually be no different. They're not going to get preferential treatment. It's going to be pretty disturbing for them, especially. So anyway, I I read that article for kicks and giggles, but it just keeps on saying the same thing over and over again when I'm reading. Um, when I'm reading about this stuff, the death penalty, brief descriptions of some execution methods, problems with execution by lethal injection, and it's got a picture of a guillotine, and this is religiostolerance.org. Talks about crucifixion, then guillotine. Oh yeah, I'll probably bring crucifixion back too. The drugs have been drying up, as in they're not producing them anymore. And this was like years ago, 5 years ago, just all out, not making it anymore. Now that's the kind of stuff that does substantiate the fact that, or the potential fact that there is something going on with guillotines. And this is a guillotine sympathetic um, article by religiostolerance.org. And under spiritual ethics tab, they say absolute truth. They use a reference from Barna. Hmm. I don't know anything about this website. It's Canadian, it appears. Yeah, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I will continue to say, prepare, don't despair, though. That's for sure. That is for sure. There's a lot of articles talking about the cessation of lethal injection, but execution doesn't seem to be mentioned as antiquated. So, closing that out, closing that out. I don't know, y'all. You know what's interesting is you would think the LGBTQ, PQRS, Q2UI, um, sorry, forgot the other 19.4 million. I should say pi, LGBTQ pi, 3.1. That's okay, I'll let you finish. Go ahead, you can do it. 3.1. I'm stopping there just to annoy you. Yeah, that's how I roll sometimes. That's how it be. All right, but seriously, you would think that that community would be really up in arms about the Noahide thing because it prohibits their sodomy, allegedly. Allegedly. Chabad.org, I tell you what, they are called Noahide laws because they are the heritage of humanity from our oldest ancestors. Since all humanity are descendants of Noah, who survived the Great Flood, all people today are Noahides. So then when they say that, they're literally referring to all humans under their definition. I'm just reading on their website. It feels like it was written by by Satan. If as you read through, they say literally that you follow the law and you get to go to heaven. I mean, it literally says anyone who keeps these basic rules for that reason, regardless of race, nationality, or culture, is considered a righteous person and granted eternal life upon leaving this world. And obviously it's all globalistic and all that stuff. I mean, come on, it goes without saying. But there's things in here that say like in this universe, without diversity, there is no life. I mean, it says that. The unreligion. This is fascinating. The unreligion. There is an ancient teaching that has no houses of worship, no priests, no conversion ceremony, no needs to abandon his or her heritage to embrace it, only to return, to dig deep, back to the essential truths that are buried within every belief system known to humankind, and to discard the outer layers that may have distorted its message. Namely, Jesus is who they're talking about there. Well, how do you know that? These are the principles. Embrace the relevance of oneness. Do not deny that oneness. Guard the sanctity of human life. Except half of the abortion murders in America regularly visit this website. I'll just put it that way. Half. Look it up. Look it up. Think that stat's off? Prove me wrong. There's 700 and something murder mills, baby murder mills. Look it up. Honor the sanctity of measured consumption. So now what we're talking about is globalism and whose life actually is important. What is a human? You got to ask that question. You have to define your terms always when you're talking about conditional statements. This is number 4, but two of them were very similar. Honor the sanctity of measured consumption, aka learn how to accept rations. Well, there's nothing wrong with, I mean, being conservative regarding your consumption level. I mean, respect the sanctity of private property. Harness and sublimate the human libido. Create mechanisms to ensure justice. Why have these 7 principles become so crucial today? Because today we stand at the doorstep of a whole new world. A whole new world. All our technology, all our advances in science and social justice all drive us up to a steady track towards an age promised by the prophets and described by the sages, an age of wisdom and of peace. Oh yeah, it talks about knowledge. Oh yeah. Devil's one of his favorite things is knowledge. What else? Oh yeah. Peace. Peace. Written by Civi Freeman. Well, I'm not quite sure why you hung out and stuff, but it's all good. Thanks for being here. And well, if you have any questions, I'll just hang out here. I've got a little bit of work to do. I'm just gonna sit here and maybe I'll play a little bit of music for you. How about that? How about that? Here, I'll play some music. Play if thy music. Hey, in other in other news though, I do have some issues. um, some vehicular situations that I need to take care of before winter. You guys know how it is. Never ending. So anyway, if you're interested in hook a brother up, you know how to do it, and I appreciate you. And yeah, back to the music. I'm just gonna chill for a little bit. If you got any questions, anything you want to say in the chat, do that. Do that thing. Do that thing. And I will read it eventually. Sooner rather than later. More than likely. I suspect. Alright, back to the music for real, for real. Oh man. Fine. 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 Okay, here we go. Hold on. What's going on? How is it? how is it that I'm just gonna sit here and start working and that more people show up? I'm just like doing nothing, and like more people are here than when I was goofing off. It's all good. It's all good. I was watching Davey 504. I'm like, here, I'll play the music, but I'll crank the volume down. All right. So I was watching Davey 504 and this Omegle thing or something rather. I was like, oh, I'm definitely never going to that website. But his video really immediately showed me the kinds of things that people are just completely desensitized to. Not that that's surprising, but it's disturbing. That's all. But yeah, I'm here, guys. I am here. Ask me a question if you or say something or whatever. All right. Also, Notepad++ is a really great program. It really is. I just recently learned how to do macros in Notepad++. Very nice. Very, very nice. Very, very, very nice. Just fun. Seriously. Okay. Go up. Come on. Bro, come on. You know when you're trying to highlight text, but it's highlighting way more than you, and you just can't make it do anything different? Oh. There we go. Good to go. Is that really how that works? Fine. I won't copy and paste then. Whatever. Whatever. Um, so I'm considering, you guys don't know what I do, but for one of the websites that I work on or for whatever, I'm considering adding a service to that website, labor related, where I craft things up online for people and then complete them and send them off and basically do what they don't want to do time wise. Be an interesting way to add a little extra income for a tiny little skill set, and that is anything that is tedious. Oftentimes people that are in the midst of despair, depression, okay, not depression, but what's the word for it? Mourning. Yes, I work with people that are in mourning. Celebration of life. It's fine. 2 to 5. I mean, is that okay? Okay. 2 to 5 p.m. That's fine. We'll do that. And then we will. You don't want to. Okay. Fine. Well, I mean, I could look up the name of the place. So anyway. So nobody wants to say anything. Y'all just want to sit and watch me work. Okay. I guess that could be interesting. Hear me talk to myself and have the music down on low. You never know what he might say. Don't let FOMO keep you here, though. Peru. Oh, it's because it's a house and not a thing. I got you. Okay. I get it. I get it. You didn't tell me the date. Ugh, some people. Some people. That looks really backwards. It's because it is, dude. It's because it is. Do y'all like my dude, Joey Fehrenbach? I know there's another page here. What is happening? Seriously though, where is the next page? I don't understand. Where is the second page to this? No, 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 no. That's just rude. Don't do that to me. That is just rude. It's killing me, bro. Fine. But how are you gonna... Okay. It's okay. It's all good. Except... Oh, I see. I see how it is. Alrighty. Alrighty. That should work. Just like that. sometimes, guys, things are tedious. I'm trying to tell you. I'm like a master of tedious though. Why are you live streaming this? Because sometimes life is best shared. Sometimes I don't like this song very much. Joey, keep the words out of your music, Joey. Just no words. No words. We don't need words. I don't want none of that. Keep that away from me. Okay. Oh man, what am I chatting about? I'm kind of just talking to myself and playing some music and working. I was oh, turn that music off for a second so I can think straight. I was talking about the Noahide Law stuff, and I was trying to get evidence of 30,000 guillotines allegedly that existed, and I think it's buried a little too much. A little too much. All right. Bridge of love. So now I'm working on a celebration of life memorial. What are these called? Program thing for somebody. And yeah. We are going to. There you go. That's a nice spot for that. And really and truly, there we go. That's what I want. I want that, and I can click. Would you look at that? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Just a little Homestar Runnery. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so I am trying. Memory. All right, so we do that there. I was also bragging about Notepad++ because it's pretty nice, pretty legit. Is it? Yeah. Do I hit enter? No. Back. Do I click over here? Ugh. What is the font and all that? It's Laura and 14.1, and this is Laura And well, let's just go with 14. Why is not all of it? Well, it doesn't look all the same. What, like, why is this even possible? Okay, I'm gonna go back. What? Yeah, okay, go back. Go back. There we go. There we go. That's where I want to be. All right. Is any comments? Home story day. I so oftentimes eat something. I like to drink something too. Is that a Homestar reference? I don't know. Oh wow. Would you look at that? I get a Home Chef advertisement from my kind little browser. Brave. Brave browser. All right, so let's go with this. I'm gonna start typing. Like, yeah, yeah. So I was reading all about the no hide stuff, and it is disconcerting. And I can't find any evidence of actual purchases or manufacturers of guillotines. If you guys find a manufacturer, a modern day manufacturer of any guillotine part at all, the blade, the table, the assembly, just let me know. I don't understand why it would be that secretive because I think that they're able to break it up and hide by having a bunch of different people that provide the different parts. And nobody knows the better except the blade person. Where you need 30,000 10-pound blades. But I mean, do they use guillotines in farming? I mean, do they? I don't know, because that'd be a nice excuse to buy. Thir- I mean, 30,000 is a lot. I don't know. It's a crazy claim. Uh, why make a crazy claim? I mean, there's like aliens are literally in Congress. I mean, why make a crazy claim if you can't back it up at all? At all? And they can't, and they haven't. Rather, they haven't backed it up. But I know that it can be backed up if it's true. But nobody seems to have tried, really and truly. Just saying. Nobody seems to have tried. Ooh, typos. Don't do no typos. That won't fly. Um, oh yeah. And all her pets. Should have an apostrophe somewhere. But the word beloved, even though possessive, doesn't have an apostrophe. Because where in the world would you put it? If the word in, I guess, has possession within the definition, so it doesn't require always be. Woo. Um, yeah, it's tough. Tough for people to write. write this kind of stuff, words to their loved one that no longer is living. Um, yeah, so I'm interested to find out if they're gonna like televise this animal sacrifice on Wednesday. What do you guys think? I mean, I don't want you to bet. Don't bet, but um, you know, make an educated guess. Are they gonna televise this animal sacrifice? If you guys missed this whole video, some of you, I guess, there was this part where I was doing a ridiculously stupid voice while I was reading one of the articles written by the UN.org, and one of the dude's names that like came up with the whole concept, supposedly for the Noahide laws, or inspired their development. Um, his name is very similar to uh, to Lucifer. It just is. It's kind of weird. Okay, cool. Um, I mean, by the way, a lot of people say a lot of ridiculous stuff in willful ignorance about their deceased loved ones. They don't want to face the fact that their loved one may not be in heaven. So they make up beautiful poetry to substitute their sadness or suspicion or whatever. As I was, that's just my 2 cents on my experience with what I see, what people put on their memorials and stuff. So small. It, not trying to minimize the loss by any means, but you just see it. I had this family the other day tell me these words, which I thought was very strange. Said they asked some questions about what people put on there, and I said it just kind of depends on the family and the person, so on. Um, I was like, were they a Christian or um, I just say or in silence because nothing else matters. Um, and this person told me, oh no 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 not our family. No, our family is about the furthest thing away from. We are just not as we are the least. We are just not. Uh, we are just totally not like that at all. Our family's not like that. I desperately wanted to say, oh, why not? Oh man. Oh, so close to saying why not? Um, because I think that that innocent tone of voice and stuff. But they were, yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting situation. And I was really and truly more than even the why not question, which I think would be hysterical to ask. Um, my curiosity was, I don't even know what that means. Your family is not at all Christian at all, at all, at all. I don't even know what does it even mean? You know? Like what are you trying to say? Seriously, I don't know what they're trying to say when they say that. All right, we're gonna match the fonts on this, fill up the space. Boom, boom, boom. I think it looks nice. All right, for me to like wrap this thing up, I need to, I don't know. You guys say a prayer that this person feels obliged to compensate me. So I was just kind of doing it out of the, I don't want to say the goodness of my heart, but I was just kind of doing it because I wanted to help them out. But, you know, it's nice to be tipped, so to speak. But, I don't know. Man, even the fact that you would ask for such a thing, you just blew it. You blew it, man. Treasure in heaven, man. I know. Sometimes we miss out. I get it. I get it. There's just watermark on one of the photos of this template on Canva, and I want to remove the watermark. Wow, bro. Wow. It's amazing. Wow. I just don't even know. All right, well, maybe there's an alternative. Yeah, I don't know. Tulips? She said no, I don't know what those are. Is anybody still here? I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at yeah, I mean I know about Homestar Runner. That's why I mentioned it. Um well, I don't know. Supposedly guillotines is what they bought. And supposedly they're stored up in Montana and Georgia because those are great places to keep guillotines. I don't know why Montana. Um could they could they televise it without Denver Airport? I get you. Could they televise it without triggering leftist animal activists? We're up to 4 viewers. Guys, like 45 minutes ago, an hour ago, I was like totally in. I'm at the end. Uh, Hi, Valley Bear. What's going on? Welcome. Um, it's just once I start winding down and stuff, and people start coming in, it's like, oh man, you guys missed the good stuff. No offense, I mean it's all good, but um, yeah, those are not tulips. Are they lilies? I don't know what these flowers are. Um, yeah, those are lilies. Anyway, um, yeah, Valley Bear, what's up? Hadn't seen you around, but what's going on? Think of proper question. Yeah, think we televised whether or not we'll be able to see it is a different story. Yeah, because certain people are really excited about the animal sacrifice this Wednesday, literally 2 days away, to mark the beginning of the Noahide laws and world peace. I mean, it is a monumentous occasion. It really is. All right, well, I am going to, excuse me, I'm going to look at this on this screen. It's so pixelated. Is that the best we can do? It probably is. It probably is. Um, what is this lady's email? Um, so annoying. Anyway, what was I saying? Was I saying anything important? No. Do you ever? Sometimes. But usually it's not me. I mean, it comes out of my mouth, but let's be real. All right. Can edit? Yes, of course. Um, send invites. It's all yours, yo. Um, yeah, I don't really want you on my team, lady, but let's see. PDF print, yes. Wow. I mean, Canva is really taking it to the next level. They really, really are. It's pretty impressive. Um, nah. All pages, yeah. Wait, 1x premium. Oh, that's nice. Interesting. Oh, you have to pay for the flower. Download a watermarked draft. Yeah, okay, we'll do that then. What's going on? Um, Occult Sacrifice Day. I need to look that up. I don't know. Maybe it is. Makes sense. I severely doubt they're offering this blood sacrifice to. Well, I mean, they don't care about. They don't even know who God is. They don't know who God is. It clearly says that in the Bible. Um, wait, this is supposed to be a PDF. What are you doing? Okay, it is a PDF. Good. Um, all right, my draft. All right, let's look at this thing. Ooh, that's pixelated as all get out. Why would somebody have written the word boo when always be remembered and cherished by every person she touched? I guess that was her nickname. I don't know. I don't know. This it's not for me to know. I'm just doing a thing for a person. Alrighty, let's do this. Do we get a link? Is there a link associated with this? Copy link. Alright, cool. Copy link. Alright. So you guys don't know what in the world I'm doing. I'm at the end of the workday. Somebody contacted me and was frantically searching for a memorial for their sibling that passed away. They're in their 50s or 60s, and our company doesn't do those. But I was like, well, I mean, listen, I can help. I know stuff, and it's the end of the day, and you need this by tomorrow, so here. So I guided them to Canva, and then they struggled their way through it, and I was like, listen, just send me everything, and I'll just do it for you. um, so that's what I just did, and it didn't take me long, you guys. It took me like what 30 minutes, something like that. Where's this thing? There we go. Open. Ooh, that's a big file. Ooh, that's a big file. 16, 16 megs is pretty big for print. Well, I mean, whatever. All right, the photo is actually pretty fuzzy. There's nothing I could do about that. The link should take you to a place to pay the dollar. Ooh, not 14, the dollar to remove the watermark. However, have included a non-watermark. Oh wait, a watermark version, just in case. Want to see what it will look like. Oh, I know. Frank James. Um, so Frank James is, I'm pretty sure that's what she sent me. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I already know. It's a good video. So Frank James had 100 and something thousand subscribers. He used to have a little check mark and he was verified by YouTube. I saw it. It was a good video. Very good. And if you guys look up Frank James, he does personality, 16 personalities videos. He's not a great actor. He's a good commentator. He's a pretty smart fella. Um, he's anyway, he's not like an expert content creator, but who am I to say such a thing anyway? He did a video about getting de-verified. YouTube sent him a letter or email letting him know that he would no longer be verified and that only very special people and they gave criteria for how to be verified, and he met all the criteria, but it's 100% subjective. Um, which the conclusion is that only celebrities and people that go along with the YouTube, um, whatever. So it'll eventually affect anybody that makes money on YouTube, which I mean, it's just a more, it's their method to protecting themselves from lawsuits. That's what it is. He doesn't say that, but anybody with, turning wheels upstairs would get it. Um, okay. Yeah, but yeah, Boo is kind of a Ebonics type thing for sure, but this person was not. I mean, they live in Atlanta, but anyway. So anyway, you guys, uh, my point earlier about prepare, don't despair is, I know that folks like Owen Benjamin, for instance, have been like, oh, don't talk about the no hide laws. You're banned. You're banned. Despair merchant. You're banned. I mean, sometimes there's things that are actually relevant to prepare for, and that might just be one of them. It might just be one of them. I was acknowledging some of the aspects of the blessing of the situation I'm currently in. I'm less under the thumb of being a debt slave, even though on paper I'm a debt slave. Um, I'm currently in the midst of the loopholes of being a debt slave. However, according to the no hide laws, they can put me to death, execute me for not paying debts that I owe. because it's a form of theft from the chosen people. And no, I'm not just making this up. It's pretty straightforward. Um, again, it is important to learn about, understand, and distance yourself from somehow, some way. How do you do that? Be dependent on God, not on man. That's how you do that. Pretty simple. Not easy, but it is simple. Anyway, let me finish this email. You know how else I can help if necessary. And now my headset is dead. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream so I don't have to use the mic. I mean, I could use the mic. All right, so can you hear me? I have to crank this all the way up too. Okay. Wow, the sound quality. I know it changes. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Just, um, it does sound so different to talk when you can hear yourself talk, because when I have my headset on, it's very weird. I feel like I'm talking too loudly and all that stuff. Um, I was just writing some stuff. Share the files while receiving the email. If you have any other questions, oh, I'm gonna put my PayPal in there just for kicks and giggles. You never know. You never know. She would have gotten my email, which, you know, my email, when I email somebody, instead of saying my name, it says gospel bearer. Or maybe it just says gospel. Because anyway, I think it says gospel bearer, because I've gotten mail that says gospel bearer, and I'm like, what? It's just funny. Alright, well, there you go, lady. You're welcome. You're welcome. Alright, so you guys have been pretty silent tonight. I feel like I've mainly talked to myself, which is fine. I love to talk to myself, obviously. That's why I started doing YouTube in the first place, is because that's all I did. Talk, talk, talk. Talk, 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 talk. Talk, 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 talk. Talking to myself, talking to myself. I like talking to myself.
Um, yeah, anyway. That's that. Hopefully it'll be helpful for the person. You know, hard to do too much on a short time span, one little picture. Oh wow, she already replied. Thank you so much. It's wonderful. One thing I forgot. West 3rd Street. Oh, of course I can change it. Download list. Alright. This person is up, and it is 11:20 p.m. where they're at. Alright. Can click on the link. You may see on the other email. Anyway, you can actually click and open the file and change the address. Then click the arrow. You try and explain what a download file icon looks like to somebody in written words. These are the, I mean, I don't know about you guys and what kind of jobs you've done, but I used to do IT help desk, and I had to do help desk over chat sometimes. Downward. Click the downward arrow. Download icon. It will prompt you to spend $1 to remove the watermark, and it is automatically set up to save as PDF for printing at your local print shop. Period. Is it not very subtle when I put https://paypal.me/devinjump in my signature of my email? Is that like a little laying it on a little? I don't say, hey, please send tips and donations. Welcome. You know, subtle suggestion, subtle. You practically have to slap people in the face these days, though. I mean, with the whole sheeple mentality, the way that people are. I brought my shoes up here. I did indeed. Alright, everybody's left. You guys are all gone. I'm all alone. Good night. Arrivederci. And all that stuff. And stay away from guillotines. Just for the record. But yeah, if you watched this whole thing, whoever you are, said one viewer the entire time. I don't know if it's the same person. You, whoever you are, you should definitely be. Yeah, I'm still here for now. Whoever this is that's been here the whole time, maybe it's just different people and it's just always bottomed out at one. That's possible too. But you should definitely be on my Patreon, whoever you are. mean, there's an option on my Patreon. Here, we'll go to my Patreon. Check it out. We'll check it out together. We will check it out. Y'all should definitely be supporting Black Pilled, and you shouldn't definitely be supporting me. Prayerfully consider supporting me, but I mean, Black Pilled, I mean, come on. Come on. So I changed my names on my tier names on Patreon. Let's see here. Dude, I don't care. I don't care about Vimeo. I'm not interested. Let me see if there's anything that's really crazy on here. I mean, it's not private, but I don't know. I'll show you. I'll show you the top. There we go. So anyway, buddy and little bro and friend. And then it goes higher because, you know, I just assume that one day there's going to be somebody that's going to desire to really be a bear. So yeah. Yep. The stream is lagging for some reason. It might be you, because I can usually. It says 60 FPS at 30,000 kilobytes per second. I've dropped 119 frames over the course of 2 hours and 17 minutes. So it happens. It happens. Let me see if I can show you my tiers. Is that how you're gonna do me? Patreon? That's how you're gonna. That's your CSS rules? Oh, there we go. This is how I wanted to see it. There we go. Kaboom! Here, let's see. Alright. Alright, there we go. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you now. Alright. So I've got the, you know, the friend. There we go. And then, eventually, one day, there will be a bear. Probably genetically a bear, not a human being, that will provide me $4,242.42. Oh, wow. Would you look at that? Well, you guys, you prayed. Possibly one of you prayed, and she paid. You prayed, she paid. I didn't ask for it. I mean, I kind of asked for it. I did put my PayPal. I did put my PayPal information, but I didn't ask for it explicitly. And I didn't say how much. So, very kind. Which gives me a method of kind of pricing the market for what people are willing to spend for custom memorial labor and stuff like that. So, anyway, sounds good. Thanks for the prayers. And if you guys want to consider ignore the Patreon, you know, it's just a convenient way. And I told the two guys that have been supporting me for the last 4 or 5 months now that it's come in very handy. And even the little bit, it adds up. It came in very handy. Very thankful. Every bit helps. But it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. Not everything. There's a lot of evil in this world, which is what I was talking about earlier. The Noahide situation. They're going to be doing an animal sacrifice on Wednesday, 2 days from now, to kind of kickstart the Noahide laws. It's not a good stuff. They're bringing back the temple and all that stuff. It's very revelation-y. It's pretty weird. So, friend, buddy, little bro, any of the titles, guys. It's like, seriously. They're just goofy names. But why? Why would you do such a thing? I don't know. Pray about it. Just whatever. When's the last time I did some self-promotion? I feel like it's been a little while. But I'm thankful for it. Well, not for the self-promotion. It actually is annoying. But yeah. Tonight was a weird night. But I was productive. And got a little tip. Very nice. All right. Thanks for the prayers. Remember, guys. Prepare. Don't despair. You know how you prepare? You have to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul. With all your mind. And all your strength. Hmm. I'll see you in the morning.